Imagine just for a moment that you possess a power so profound, so limitless that it could shape the very fabric of your existence. A power that transcends the physical world, defies logic, and operates on a plane where the impossible becomes possible. This power is not a distant dream or a mystical force reserved for the few. It is a reality that resides within each one of us. It is the power of imagination. Imagination creates reality. This simple yet profound truth has been echoed throughout history by great thinkers, visionaries, and spiritual leaders. It is the cornerstone of Neville Goddard's teachings, where he passionately proclaimed that the human imagination is the divine spark within us, all the creative force that molds our lives and shapes our destinies. Many of us live in a world dictated by external circumstances. We see ourselves as victims of fate, buffeted by the winds of chance, and confined by the limitations of the material world. Yet, what if I told you that the world you perceive, the life you live, is but a reflection of your inner state? What if I told you that the true power to change your life lies not in the hands of others, not in the ebb and flow of fortune, but in your ability to imagine? Imagination is not mere fantasy or idle daydreaming. It is the conscious and deliberate use of the mind to create new realities. It is the ability to envision a desired outcome with such clarity and conviction that it becomes a living, breathing reality within you. And as you dwell in this imagined state, as you feel its truth, it begins to manifest in your physical world. This concept may seem abstract or even far-fetched, but consider this: every great achievement, every invention, every work of art, every monumental change in human history began as a seed of imagination in the mind of someone who dared to believe in the unseen. The skyscrapers that pierce the sky, the technological marvels that connect us, the social movements that reshape societies, all were born from the imagination of individuals who saw beyond what was and envisioned what could be. You too possess this extraordinary power. The question is not whether you are using it, but how you are using it. Are you imagining a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment, or are you unconsciously imagining a life of lack, limitation, and struggle? The reality you experience is a direct reflection of the thoughts you hold in your mind and the images you consistently entertain in your imagination. The power of imagination is one of the most profound and transformative forces within the human experience. It is the faculty that allows us to transcend the limitations of our immediate reality and envision possibilities beyond the confines of our current circumstances. Imagination is not merely a tool for creativity or a source of entertainment. It is the very foundation upon which all human progress is built. It is through imagination that we conceive of new ideas, innovate, and bring forth creations that have the potential to change the world. When we speak of the power of imagination, we are referring to its ability to shape our perception of reality and in turn influence the outcomes we experience in our lives. Imagination operates on the principle that what we consistently visualize and emotionally invest in will eventually manifest in our physical world. This principle is rooted in the understanding that our thoughts are not passive or inert, they are dynamic and creative. Each thought we hold carries a vibrational frequency that resonates with corresponding elements in the universe, attracting experiences and conditions that align with those thoughts. The power of imagination is evident in every great achievement throughout history. From the grandest architectural marvels to the most groundbreaking technological advancements, every creation first existed as an idea in someone's mind. The Wright brothers, for example, imagined a world where humans could fly long before the first airplane took to the skies. Thomas Edison envisioned a world illuminated by electric light before the light bulb became a reality. These individuals did not merely wish for these outcomes, they actively engaged their imagination to see, feel, and believe in their creations before they materialized. This power is not reserved for the few, it is a universal gift available to all. Whether we are aware of it or not, we are constantly using our imagination to create our reality. The images and scenarios we replay in our minds, the emotions we attach to them, and the beliefs we hold all contribute to the shaping of our experiences. The key to harnessing this power lies in becoming conscious of how we use our imagination. Instead of allowing it to run wild with fear, doubt, or negativity, we can deliberately direct it towards positive and constructive outcomes. By cultivating a disciplined and intentional use of imagination, we can begin to shape our reality in alignment with our deepest desires and aspirations. This process requires faith and persistence, as the results may not be immediate. However, with continued practice, the power of imagination will inevitably bring forth the experiences and opportunities that resonate with our envisioned reality. Imagination serves as the creative force that drives the evolution of both the individual and society at large. At its core, imagination is the capacity to form mental images, concepts, and ideas that are not immediately present to the senses. However, its function extends far beyond mere visualization or fantasy. Imagination is the engine of creation, the very process through which thoughts and ideas are transformed into tangible reality. This creative force operates on the premise that the mind is a powerful, dynamic entity capable of generating new realities through focused thought and belief. The act of imagining something with clarity and emotional intensity plants a seed in the fertile ground of consciousness. Over time, this seed grows, nurtured by consistent attention and belief, until it manifests as a physical reality. This process is often described as the law of attraction, or the principle of mental causation, where like attracts like and thoughts become things. Imagination as a creative force is responsible for the genesis of all human achievements. Every innovation, every work of art, and every societal change began as a figment of someone's imagination. Consider the world's greatest inventions, the automobile, the telephone, the internet, all of which started as ideas in the minds of visionaries who dared to imagine what did not yet exist. These inventors used their imagination not just to dream, but to explore the possibilities and potentials of their ideas. They visualized, iterated, and refined these concepts in their minds before bringing them to life. But the creative force of imagination is not limited to grand inventions or monumental changes. It also plays a crucial role in our everyday lives. Whether we are aware of it or not, we constantly use our imagination to create our personal experiences. When we visualize success, happiness, or abundance, and genuinely believe in these outcomes, we are actively engaging the creative force of imagination. This force then aligns our thoughts, actions, and the circumstances around us to bring these visions into reality. Moreover, imagination as a creative force is deeply intertwined with the concept of faith. Faith, in this context, is the belief in the unseen, the conviction that what we imagine can and will come to pass. Without faith, imagination remains a mere fantasy, a fleeting thought without substance. But when faith is combined with imagination, it becomes a powerful tool for creation. It is this combination that allows individuals to overcome obstacles, persist in the face of adversity, and ultimately manifest their desires. This creative process is not linear or always immediate. It often requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to hold on to the vision, even when external circumstances seem to contradict it. Yet history is replete with examples of individuals who use their imagination as a creative force to turn dreams into reality. They understood that imagination is not bound by the limitations of the present, it transcends time and space, allowing them to create a future that aligns with their highest aspirations. In personal development, recognizing imagination as a creative force empowers individuals to take control of their lives. Instead of passively reacting to circumstances, they learn to actively shape their reality by consciously directing their thoughts and imagination towards desired outcomes. This shift in perspective can be transformative, enabling people to break free from limiting beliefs and patterns, and to create a life that truly reflects their deepest desires and potentials. In essence, imagination as a creative force is the mechanism by which we mold our reality. It is the tool through which we can transcend our current limitations and bring forth new possibilities. By understanding and harnessing this power, we can become the architects of our lives, consciously creating a reality that aligns with our true desires and aspirations. Imagination, when understood as the creative force it is, stands in stark contrast to the way many people view and interact with the world around them. We often live in a society that places significant emphasis on external circumstances, the things that happen to us, the conditions in which we find ourselves, and the events that shape our daily lives. These external factors are frequently seen as the determining forces of our happiness, success, and overall well-being. However, the principle of imagination versus external circumstances challenges this common perception, asserting that the true power to shape our reality lies not in the world around us, but within our own minds. External circumstances are, by their nature, ever-changing and often unpredictable. We are taught to respond to these changes, to adapt, and to find ways to navigate the challenges they present. While this reactive approach is necessary for survival, it can also create a mindset where we feel like victims of fate, at the mercy of forces beyond our control. This way of thinking can lead to feelings of powerlessness and frustration, especially when we encounter situations that seem insurmountable or unfair. Imagination, however, offers an entirely different perspective. Rather than merely reacting to the world as it is, Imagination allows us to envision the world as it could be. It empowers us to see beyond the limitations of our current circumstances and to create a new reality from within. This shift from external to internal focus is transformative. Instead of allowing our external environment to dictate our thoughts and feelings, we use our imagination to generate the thoughts and feelings that we want to experience. In doing so, we begin to influence our environment rather than being shaped by it. This concept is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It is about recognizing that our perception of reality is largely shaped by our imagination. Two people can experience the same external event yet interpret it in completely different ways based on their inner state. One might see a challenge as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other might view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. The difference lies in how each person uses their imagination to frame the situation. By harnessing the power of imagination, we can begin to take control of our external circumstances rather than being controlled by them. This process involves cultivating a disciplined mind that deliberately chooses to focus on desired outcomes rather than undesired ones. It means consistently imagining success, abundance, health, and happiness, even in the face of current circumstances that may suggest otherwise. Over time, this positive focus begins to alter our reality, as our thoughts and beliefs shape the actions we take and the results we achieve. Moreover, imagination provides the resilience needed to face adversity. When confronted with difficult external circumstances, those who can maintain a positive, imaginative vision of the future are more likely to persevere and find ways to overcome obstacles. Their ability to imagine a better reality fuels their motivation and determination, helping them to stay focused on their goals even when the going gets tough. This resilience is not just about enduring challenges, but about transforming them into stepping stones towards greater achievements. But in the context of personal growth and success, understanding the dynamic between imagination and external circumstances is crucial. It allows us to move from a reactive to a proactive stance in life. Instead of waiting for the world to change or for circumstances to improve, we use our imagination to create the change we wish to see. This empowers us to live more consciously and intentionally, crafting a life that reflects our true desires and potentials, rather than merely adapting to the conditions imposed by the external world. The principle of imagination versus external circumstances teaches us that while we may not always have control over what happens to us, we always have control over how we respond. And it is through the power of imagination that we can transform our response into a powerful creative act that shapes our reality in alignment with our highest aspirations. The role of belief in manifestation is central to the process of turning imagination into reality. While imagination is the faculty that allows us to visualize new possibilities and create mental images of our desires, belief is the force that gives those images the power to materialize in the physical world. Without belief, imagination remains merely a collection of fleeting thoughts and daydreams, ideas without substance or impact. It is belief that bridges the gap between the imagined and the real, transforming abstract ideas into tangible experiences. Belief operates on the principle that what we accept as true, we create in our reality. This means that our deeply held convictions, whether conscious or unconscious, act as a filter through which our experiences are shaped. If we believe that we are capable, worthy, and deserving of success, our actions, decisions, and the opportunities that come our way will reflect that belief. Conversely, if we harbor doubts about our abilities or question our worthiness, those doubts will manifest as obstacles, limitations, and missed opportunities. Belief is not just a mental assent to an idea, it is an emotional and psychological alignment with that idea. When we believe something deeply, it influences not only our thoughts, but also our emotions, attitudes, and behaviors. For instance, if you believe that you are destined to achieve a particular goal, this belief will inspire confidence, determination, and perseverance. You will be more likely to take the necessary steps, overcome challenges, and stay focused on your path, because your belief supports and sustains you. One of the key insights from the study of belief and manifestation is that our beliefs are often self-fulfilling prophecies. This concept, often referred to as the law of assumption, suggests that whatever we assume to be true in our minds will eventually become our reality. If you assume that the world is full of opportunities and that success is inevitable, your mind will naturally seek out and create conditions that align with that assumption. On the other hand, if you assume that life is a struggle and that success is out of reach, your experiences will likely confirm that negative belief. The power of belief in manifestation can be observed in many areas of life, from personal achievements to health, relationships, and even broader social phenomena. Consider the placebo effect in medicine, where patients who believe they are receiving effective treatment often experience real improvements in their condition, even when the treatment is inert. This demonstrates the profound impact that belief can have on physical reality. Similarly, individuals who believe in their ability to succeed in their careers are more likely to achieve their goals, as their belief drives them to take consistent action, seize opportunities, and persist in the face of challenges. However, belief can also be a double-edged sword. Negative or limiting beliefs can sabotage our efforts and keep us stuck in patterns of failure and frustration. These beliefs are often deeply ingrained, formed through past experiences, cultural conditioning, or repeated negative self-talk. For example, a person who believes they are not good enough may unconsciously undermine their own success by procrastinating, avoiding challenges, or settling for less than they deserve. Breaking free from these limiting beliefs requires self-awareness, a willingness to challenge and change old patterns of thinking, and the cultivation of new, empowering beliefs. The process of building and reinforcing belief in manifestation involves several key steps. First, it requires clarity about what you truly desire. Vague or conflicted desires can lead to conflicting beliefs, which in turn produce mixed results. Once you are clear about your goals, you need to cultivate a strong, unwavering belief in your ability to achieve them. This involves visualizing your desired outcome regularly, affirming your belief in its inevitability, and aligning your actions with your desired reality. Moreover, belief must be accompanied by trust in the process. Manifestation is not always instantaneous. It often requires time, patience, and persistence. There may be periods where progress seems slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. But during these times, maintaining belief is crucial. Doubt and fear are natural responses, but they must be managed and overcome through continued focus on the desired outcome and confidence in its realization. In addition to personal belief, the collective beliefs of a community or society can also influence manifestation. Shared beliefs create a collective reality, shaping cultural norms, societal structures, and the overall environment in which individuals operate. Understanding this can empower you to align your personal beliefs with those that support your goals, while also challenging and transforming collective beliefs that may be limiting or outdated. Belief is the catalyst that turns imagination into reality. It is the inner conviction that what you imagine and desire is not only possible but inevitable. By cultivating strong, positive beliefs and aligning them with your goals, you harness the full power of manifestation, creating a life that reflects your deepest aspirations and potentials. Belief is not just a passive state of mind, it is an active force that shapes your destiny, driving you towards the fulfillment of your dreams. Imagination as conscious creation is a powerful concept that underscores the deliberate and intentional use of imagination to shape one's reality. Unlike passive daydreaming or random thoughts that pass through the mind, conscious creation involves actively harnessing the power of imagination to bring about desired outcomes in life. This process is rooted in the understanding that our thoughts, when combined with focused intention and belief, have the ability to influence and even create the circumstances we experience. At its core, conscious creation is about taking control of the creative process that is constantly at work within us. Whether we are aware of it or not, our imagination is always active, generating ideas, scenarios, and mental images that influence our emotions, behaviors, and ultimately our reality. However, without conscious direction, this process can lead to the manifestation of experiences that are not aligned with our true desires or goals. It is easy to fall into patterns of negative thinking, worry, or fear, which can then create unwanted outcomes. Conscious creation, therefore, is about stepping into the role of the deliberate creator of your life. It involves recognizing that you have the ability to choose what you focus on and what you imagine, and understanding that these choices directly impact the reality you experience. This concept is empowering because it shifts the locus of control from external circumstances to your inner world. Instead of feeling like a victim of life's events, you begin to see yourself as the architect of your own destiny. The process of conscious creation begins with clarity of intention. This means having a clear and specific idea of what you want to create in your life. Whether it is a successful career, a loving relationship, improved health, or any other goal, clarity is essential because it provides a target for your imagination to focus on. Without a clear intention, your imagination may wander aimlessly, producing inconsistent or mixed results. Once you have clarity of intention, The next step is to actively engage your imagination in visualizing the desired outcome. This involves more than just thinking about what you want. It requires creating a vivid mental picture of the outcome, as if it has already been achieved. The more detailed and sensory rich this visualization, the more powerful it becomes. By imagining yourself living in the reality you desire, you begin to align your thoughts and emotions with that outcome, making it more likely to manifest. Belief is another key component of conscious creation. For your imagination to effectively create your desired reality, you must believe that it is possible. Doubt and skepticism can weaken the creative process, causing delays or even preventing the manifestation altogether. Building belief involves affirming your faith in your ability to create your reality and trusting in the process of manifestation. This trust is particularly important when the results are not immediately visible. It is during these times that many people lose faith and revert to old patterns of negative thinking, which can undo the progress made. In addition to belief, action plays a critical role in conscious creation. While imagination and belief set the foundation, action is what brings your imagined reality into the physical world. This does not mean forcing things to happen, but rather taking inspired actions that are in alignment with your desired outcome. These are actions that feel natural and intuitive, often arising from a place of inner guidance. When you act in harmony with your imagination and beliefs, you create a powerful synergy that accelerates the manifestation process. Conscious creation is also about persistence and consistency. The process of creating a new reality is not always instantaneous. It often requires sustained focus and effort over time. This means regularly engaging in practices that support your creative intentions, such as daily visualization, affirmations, and maintaining a positive mindset. It also means staying committed to your goals, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. Persistence is what separates those who successfully manifest their desires from those who do not. Moreover, conscious creation is an ongoing process. Once you achieve a desired outcome, it is important to continue using your imagination and belief to sustain and build upon that success. Life is dynamic, and the act of creation never truly ends. There is always room for growth, expansion, and new experiences. By continuously engaging in conscious creation, you can keep evolving and improving your life in alignment with your high aspirations. Imagination as conscious creation is about taking an active role in shaping your reality through the deliberate use of your imagination. It involves clarity of intention, vivid visualization, emotional engagement, belief, inspired action, persistence, and a commitment to ongoing creation. By mastering these elements, you can harness the full power of your imagination to create a life that reflects your deepest desires and true potential. This process not only transforms your external circumstances, but also empowers you to live with greater purpose, fulfillment, and joy. The historical examples of imagination in action serve as powerful testimonies to the transformative power of the human mind. Throughout history, imagination has been the driving force behind some of the most significant advancements and achievements in human civilization. These examples illustrate how imagination, when combined with vision, determination, and belief, can bring forth extraordinary changes and shape the course of history. By examining these instances, we can gain a deeper understanding of how imagination has been and continues to be a catalyst for progress and innovation. One of the most iconic examples of imagination in action is the story of the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, who are credited with inventing and building the world's first successful airplane. In the early 20th century, the idea of human flight was considered a fantasy, something that belonged to the realm of dreams and myth. Despite the widespread skepticism, the Wright brothers were able to imagine a world where humans could soar through the skies like birds. Their unwavering belief in this vision fueled years of experimentation, failures, and refinements. In 1903, their imagination became a reality when they successfully achieved powered flight with the Wright flight at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Their invention not only revolutionized transportation, but also opened up new possibilities for global connectivity and exploration, profoundly altering the trajectory of human civilization. Another profound example of imagination in action is found in the life of Thomas Edison, one of the most prolific inventors in history. Edison held over 1,000 patents, with some of his most famous inventions including the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and the electric light bulb. The electric light bulb, in particular, exemplifies the power of imagination. Before its invention, the idea of lighting homes and streets with electricity seemed far-fetched. Gas lamps and candles were the norm, and the concept of electric light was something that many people could not even conceive. However, Edison's imagination allowed him to envision a world illuminated by electric light. Through relentless experimentation and innovation, he overcame numerous challenges, and in 1879, he successfully developed a practical and long-lasting electric light bulb. Edison's imagination not only transformed the way people lived, but also laid the foundation for modern electrical infrastructure, which is now an essential part of daily life. Imagination has also played a pivotal role in the field of science and medicine. Consider the story of Dr. Jonas Salk, who developed the first successful polio vaccine. In the early 20th century, polio was a devastating disease that left thousands of people, particularly children, paralyzed or dead each year. The fear of polio was pervasive, and finding a cure seemed like an insurmountable challenge. However, Salk imagined a world where polio could be eradicated. He believed that a vaccine could be developed to prevent the disease and dedicated himself to this vision. In 1955, after years of research and testing, Salk's imagination became a reality when his polio vaccine was declared safe and effective. The widespread distribution of the vaccine led to a dramatic decline in polio cases and eventually to the near eradication of the disease worldwide. Salk's imagination not only saved countless lives but also changed the future of public health. In the realm of social change, imagination has been a crucial force behind movements that have reshaped societies. One of the most powerful examples is the civil rights movement in the United States, led by figures such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., at a time when racial segregation and discrimination were deeply entrenched in American society. King dared to imagine a future where people would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered during the March on Washington in 1963, was a vivid expression of his imaginative vision for a more just and equal society. King's ability to articulate this vision inspired millions of people to join the struggle for civil rights, ultimately leading to significant legal and social changes, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. King's imagination in action not only transformed the lives of African Americans, but also laid the groundwork for ongoing efforts towards equality and justice. In the field of technology, the imagination of pioneers like Steve Jobs has reshaped the way we interact with the world. Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc., imagined a future where technology would be accessible, intuitive, and seamlessly integrated into everyday life. His vision led to the creation of revolutionary products like the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, which have changed the way we communicate, work, and entertain ourselves. Jobs' ability to imagine products that people didn't even know they needed revolutionized multiple industries and has had a lasting impact on global culture and society. These historical examples demonstrate that imagination is not just a passive mental activity, but a powerful force for change and innovation. The individuals who brought these imaginative visions to life did so by challenging the status quo, thinking beyond the limitations of their time, and believing in the possibilities of what could be. Their imagination in action not only created new realities, but also expanded the boundaries of what humanity could achieve. These examples also highlight the importance of perseverance and belief in the process of manifestation. The Wright brothers, Edison, Salk, King, and Jobs, all faced significant obstacles and opposition, yet they persisted because they believed in the power of their imagination. Their stories remind us that imagination, when combined with determination and action, can overcome even the most daunting challenges. The historical examples of imagination in action serve as a powerful reminder of the limitless potential of the human mind. They show us that imagination is the starting point of all innovation and progress, and that by daring to imagine a better future, we can bring about profound and lasting change. These examples inspire us to cultivate our own imagination, to dream big, and to take bold actions that can shape the world for the better. The concept that our external reality is a reflection of our inner states is a fundamental principle in many philosophical, psychological, and spiritual teachings. This idea posits that the world we experience, our circumstances, relationships, and the events that unfold in our lives mirrors our internal beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. In essence, what we carry within ourselves, consciously or unconsciously, is projected outward and forms the reality we live in. Understanding this principle is crucial because it empowers us to take responsibility for our experiences and encourages us to cultivate a positive, empowered inner state to create the life we desire. At the core of this principle is the understanding that our thoughts and emotions are not isolated, inert phenomena, but are powerful forces that shape our reality. The mind acts like a magnet, attracting experiences that align with the predominant thoughts and feelings we hold. For instance, if someone constantly harbors thoughts of fear, lack, or unworthiness, these inner states will manifest as corresponding external circumstances, perhaps in the form of financial difficulties, troubled relationships, or missed opportunities. On the other hand, a person who cultivates thoughts of abundance, self-worth, and confidence is likely to experience success, fulfilling relationships, and a life that reflects those positive qualities. This idea is closely related to the concept of vibration or frequency, which suggests that everything in the universe, including our thoughts and emotions, vibrates at a certain frequency. When we think and feel positively, we emit a higher vibration, which attracts similar high vibration experiences, people, and opportunities into our lives. Conversely, negative thoughts and emotions emit a lower vibration, drawing in experiences that resonate with that lower frequency. Thus, our internal state acts as a beacon, signaling to the universe what to bring into our reality. The reflection of inner states in reality is also evident in the way we perceive and interact with the world. Our beliefs and attitudes act as filters through which we interpret our experiences. For example, two people might face the same challenge, but their responses could be entirely different based on their inner states. A person who believes in their ability to overcome obstacles will approach the challenge with determination and optimism, likely finding solutions and learning from the experience. Conversely, someone who believes they are destined to fail may feel overwhelmed, discouraged, and ultimately give up, reinforcing their belief in failure. In this way, our inner state not only influences what happens to us, but also how we respond to and perceive those events, creating a self-reinforcing cycle. Moreover, the reflection of inner states in our reality is not limited to individual experiences, but extends to our interactions with others. Our relationships often mirror our beliefs about ourselves and the world. If we hold negative beliefs about our worthiness of love or respect, we may attract relationships that validate those beliefs, leading to experiences of neglect, abuse, or disappointment. Conversely, when we cultivate a strong sense of self-worth and love, we tend to attract relationships that reflect these positive qualities, marked by mutual respect, support, and affection. This principle also explains why certain patterns or recurring themes appear in our lives. These patterns are often a direct reflection of unresolved issues, limiting beliefs, or emotional wounds that we carry within. Until we address and transform these inner states, the external manifestations of those issues will continue to appear, giving us repeated opportunities to learn and grow. For example, a person who repeatedly finds themselves in toxic relationships might be carrying unresolved beliefs about their worthiness or fear of abandonment. By recognizing these patterns as reflections of their inner state, they can begin the work of healing and shifting their beliefs, which in turn will change the nature of the relationships they attract. Understanding that our reality reflects our inner state also places a significant emphasis on self-awareness and personal growth. It encourages us to look within, to examine our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and to take responsibility for the life we are creating. Instead of blaming external circumstances or other people for our problems, we begin to see how we may be contributing to those situations through our internal state. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering because it means that we have the power to change our reality by changing ourselves. Transforming our inner state involves several key practices. One of the most important is cultivating positive and empowering beliefs. This can be achieved through affirmations, visualization, and self-reflection. By consistently focusing on thoughts and beliefs that align with the reality we want to create, we begin to shift our internal state, which will eventually be reflected in our external circumstances. Another important practice is emotional regulation. Emotions are a direct expression of our inner state, and they play a crucial role in shaping our reality. Learning to manage and transform negative emotions, such as fear, anger, or resentment, into positive ones like love, gratitude, and joy, is essential for creating a harmonious external reality. Techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, and emotional release can be helpful in this process.